So if you guys are familiar with my channel, then you guys have seen this one before, the PGYTECH OneMo Backpack. It's one I've been using as my EDC, my everyday carry for the past couple years. And PGYTECH is back with some new bags, and I like it because it's a perfect match to the OneMo bag. So if you already have that one, you're probably gonna wanna pick up this one. This is the new OneMo Sling. This is the 7-liter one, which, to be honest, is probably more than enough that you'll need as a complimentary bag, but they also have a bigger 11-liter one. Now, one main reason why I'm saying this is probably gonna be enough size for a lot of photographers out there is because of this. Like I said, it is a 7-liter, but we can actually expand it up to a 9-liter bag. Now, inside the OneMo Sling, there is a bunch of Velcro dividers to separate all of your gear, and really depends on how you configure it. You can carry a bunch of different types of things. So if you wanted to carry your full drone setup, you could do that. If you want to carry even something like this, a Sony, this is my R5 with a 70-200. I'll show you how I configure it to actually be able to carry this as well as other gear in the bag. And you can even bring with you things like this, a Ronin, as well as a tripod that you can either hook up to the front or the bottom of the bag. Now, before we jump into the inside, let me quickly show you the outside. I did bring this with me when I went on my recent trip to Utah, when I wanted to pack a little bit lighter on some of these walks and hikes. On the very top of the bag, there is a nice large pocket. I had a bunch of cleaning supplies, my hand sanitizer, and this is where I would carry things like my phone or wallet if I just wanted somewhere to store it and not have it on my pocket. You have this handle, which I use for a handle, as well as when I was carrying my luggage, I was able to wrap this around the back of my handle of the luggage, so you can just store that right on top. It slides perfectly here, as well as a couple straps here at the very bottom. If you wanted to hook up something like your tripod to the bottom of the bag, you're able to do that with these straps here at the very bottom. Now, they're calling this bag a sandwich structure bag, which means there's multiple layers to it. So of course you're gonna have the standard gear layer, which is all this, and then they have a second layer, which, as you can see here, it is a little pocket right here, which is really cool. I was able to either carry my jacket, a tripod. You can even carry something like a Ronin. So if you wanted to carry around your gimbal, you could fit that right here at the very front. So it is an expandable, kind of like a sack in a way, and then you can tighten it up. So if you wanted to bring your gimbal with you, you can stick it right here in the front. Then the third layer of this kind of sandwich is this front pocket. So not only is it holding your gear back, it is a large front pocket. This is where I have things like my PGYTECH. This is my memory card storage and reader, and my AirPods and things like that right up front. Also, sometimes throw in some cards and some receipts in there when I was out and about. So like I mentioned, this is the 7-liter one, and they have a bigger 11-liter one. And I think that for me, like I said, this is more than enough. The very top, large pocket to hold a bunch of things like your batteries, so spare batteries for your camera, memory cards, my lens wipe. They also have, of course, these things that PGYTECH have been putting on their bags where you switch it over to green or red. So if you have a full battery charge, leave it on green. And if you depleted one and you wanted to put it into this pocket, throw it onto red so you know not to grab that one. Now, right now I have the bag configured to hold a camera. So this is my A7S III, as well as 2 extra lenses. This is my Sony 24-1.4, as well as my Tamron. This is my 70-180-2.8. So this is meant to hold a lot of gear depending on how you configure it. And there's even a side pocket here to hold something like an iPad. Now, my Sony currently has a 17-28 on there. But like I mentioned, if I wanted to throw something like this in here, this is the 70-200 Sony G Master. Now, if I put it directly down just like this, as you can see, of course, it is too big. The bag will not close. But this is what I talked about earlier. You can actually expand the bag out. So if I had something like this camera in here, and I can actually throw in, let me throw in the other 70-200 on the side, and throw in the other lens on this side, just to show you how much room you have. Once you expand it out, it expands about 9 liters. And now I can actually close up the bag, and I can carry around my A7R5 with a 70-200, and that's standing straight up. Now, if you wanted to go into drone mode and you wanted to carry around some of your gear like a Mavic 3 Pro, of course, like I mentioned, these are all removable But just to show you as far as size goes, if you want to throw your Mavic 3 in there, if you wanted to throw in a couple extra batteries here on the side, I'm able to put that right on top. What I'll normally do is throw a divider right on top just so the remote control is not necessarily touching the drone. And then I will throw my remote on there. And there you go. Now I can hold all that gear. Mavic 3 Pro, got the RC Pro remote control. I got a couple extra batteries, and of course I could throw all the other accessories and things like that in all the other pockets. Now, besides being fully customizable, the one thing I do like is that PGYTECH has brought over some of their things from their backpacks. For instance, there is a tiny little pocket down here where you can put something like an air tag. So you can slide an air tag on the side there, hide those tags, and then that way you have some way of tracking your gear if you were to lose it. We also have nice thick webbing on the shoulder strap, so if you wanted to hook up a camera quick release to it, you want to hook up a carabiner, water bottle, anything like that, you can just strap it onto the side here. If you're familiar with the PGYTECH backpacks, the material on the outside can take a beating. My bags are all scuffed up, scratched up, but they last, and this is the same material they have here, as well as the YKK zippers on the outside. And finally, when it comes down to price, this is the black version, which comes out to $89.95. They're also gonna have a camo version, which is $99.95, and this is the 7-liter size. If you guys do have a OneMo backpack and looking for something like a sling bag to complement that bag, definitely check this one out. Look into this sling bag, the OneMo Sling 7 and the 11-liter. Of course, links will be down below in the video description. As always, if you guys got some value from this video, a big like would be much appreciated. If you guys want to see my full review of the OneMo backpack, make sure you guys check out this video right here. Or if you guys want to see a lot more things about PGYTECH and the accessories they have, check out this video right over here. This is also Stasio with FlytPath.com. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.